Hey guys, welcome to my June 25th DVD update. It's about 2.5 weeks since my last update, and I'm going to show you all the DVDs and Blu-rays I've gotten over the last 2.5, 3 weeks. The first DVD I got yesterday at Walmart. It was only $9.99, and I didn't know what to expect with this. It's called Backwoods, starring Haylie, Duff. Yes, I know. But the plot of this was actually I actually really like this one. It's about these game designers that go out into the woods. They want to have this like paintball championship in the middle of the woods for no reason at all. They don't have any permission or anything. It's a very strange idea, but they go out to play this paintball game. But then they end up running into these weird like rednecks living out in the woods that think they're FBI agents who are going to shut down and arrest them all because they're all out there making drugs in the woods, and they kidnap women, and the women get impregnated by this weird son they call the Chosen Son, who was the one who played he was in House of a Thousand Corpses as the really tall, sort of scary guy who only had like 2 or 3 scenes in it. He didn't come back for the sequel. But basically they're out there and then they end up getting kidnapped and they have to try and like find ways to get away. I don't know, the thing that I did like about this though is it used all practical effects. So all the scenes when they were getting shot by arrows and everything was all done practically, no CGI, which was surprising. There was actually only one CGI shot when he like hit the one girl and you saw this like really weird cheap blood show up. But other than that, it was actually very good, and if you can find it, I would check this out. The next one I got is the Friday the 13th, the Killer Cut. This is the new Friday the 13th film. And I talked about this before. It's not the greatest film and all. It's okay. It's worth watching. Nothing that special though. Basically, it's just basically takes the second and fourth film and combines them into one, and that's pretty much all it is. I haven't gotten to look at the uncut version. What's weird though about this is, even though it's supposed to be the Killer Cut, both cuts of the film are still rated R, and the only addition to the other one is nudity. So I don't know what's different about it exactly. Maybe like 1 or 2 little things or something. But it also has the sneak peek of Trick or Treat. The only problem is I don't have a PS3 that has the Infonet connected to it, so I couldn't watch that. I don't like that download features. I wish they just put all the features on the disc. The next one I got is the Ghostbusters Blu-ray. Now this, I've been waiting for this thing forever. This originally was supposed to come out back in October, and I think it was supposed to include the second film as well. They also had like a gift set you could get. This is originally, it was going to come out like this. Originally the color was green, which I thought would have been better. The gift set came with slime and like a toy or figurine or something. And this is what I saw advertised last year at Comic-Con, and on sites afterwards they talked about it as well. That never ended up happening, and they ended up canceling it. And I think the second one was going to come out as well. I'm so tired of the second film always getting sheet on. It's like, are we ever going to see a good edition of the second film? Like, the first film came out in a special edition DVD back in like 98, 99. The second one came out in a featureless version. It's like, there's features for the second one. They have outtakes. There's deleted scenes. So I don't know why they don't just put a special edition out of it. It's like, it's a good movie, but as for this film, the Blu-ray is kind of disappointing. Like, I like the Slimer mode where you could watch interviews. The thing with those interviews are, you can only watch them in that mode. You can't select them, on their own. The thing about it is the picture in this is not very good. For a Blu-ray, it is one of the worst I've seen next to Dog Soldiers. And I don't know, it's all grainy. You can tell it's the same transfer from the old DVD. It's not cleaned up. And you look at things like, I got the new set of the original series of Star Trek on Blu-ray. Star Trek looks better, and it's like 25 years older. It's very strange that there was no effort in remastering it. But like I said, I got the complete first season of Star Trek, the original series, and I got sent from Paramount the best of the first, second, and third season. I really wanted to see the other ones. I really like this show, and I think it's more exciting than the movies were. And even the new one, there's just something cheesy and fun about this. It's hard to explain, but it has this, beautiful cheesiness. Like Land of the Lost, Lost in Space had that same quality. It also has that Gilligan's Island kind of thing to it. So I like those kind of, the shows from the 60s like this were really good. There's not anything like that anymore. And I also got the Three Stooges Collection Volume 6. I bet a lot of people probably don't know this came out. These things come out real quietly, and you don't even know they come out. And I'm wondering if they're going to keep putting these out up until the Joe, the series with Joe. Those episodes you never see, when it was like after Shemp died, they had to replace him with Joe. And he was not very good, but I've only ever seen like 1 or 2 episodes with him. Shorts with him, and I always wonder if they're going to even bother putting those out, or this is going to be like, nobody liked Joe. But he was okay, but he didn't like being hit or anything. I like Shemp. A lot of people, though, do not like the Shemp character. I always thought he was good, though. The next one I got, and this is one that I've been wanting to watch again for years. I finally just went and got it. And it's Tom Hanks in the Money Pit. It's basically about Tom Hanks and Shelley Long buy this real cheap house. It's way too cheap for what it is. It's like a mansion for no money at all. They get conned into getting it because they think it's the greatest thing. They think they're only going to have a certain amount of time to get it. Otherwise, the price is going to increase. They get this thing, and everything in it goes wrong. Everything starts falling apart. The steps fall apart. Everything breaks. So then they end up having to have a crew come in and fix it, and all these problems happen. It's a very funny movie. Not the all-time greatest. I think I like The Burbs a bit better than this. The thing with Tom Hanks, which is a shame, is he keeps doing these super serious movies nowadays. And the thing is, Tom Hanks was good doing comedy. And a lot of people nowadays don't even realize, this current generation doesn't realize that he did comedy movies. He hasn't done any in like 15 years. He needs to come back. The last he did was The Terminal, but there's some depressing things in that. He needs to come back and start doing more comedies, because I think he does good at them, and I would much prefer to watch him in a comedy than things like Angels and Demons. And this one I saw it on William Shatner's YouTube talking about this, and I never saw this show. I think it was on Spike or FX or one of those, and it was Invasion, Iowa with William Shatner. It was basically about this fake film that was coming to this small Iowa town. So basically William Shatner and this crew and group of people went to this small town acting like they were making this huge big budget science fiction film, and they go there and start casting the townsfolk to be actors in the film, and the whole thing's fake. The whole show is fake. It basically is just a reality show. The thing is with this, it didn't do as much as I hope it would. Like, it wasn't really that funny, and it really wasn't that interesting. I watched all of the episodes. There's one scene of it I cried with this old man, but other than that, I don't know, it was okay. I think, I don't even like those Simple Life shows. They were kind of more interesting than this. It's just okay. It's just alright. And I got season 2 of the Rugrats through Amazon.com. I got the first season. Everyone kept saying, where did you get it? The only way to get this is through Amazon.com, and they have the Burn on Demand program through CreateSpace. So basically you order this and they burn the copy. They only burn the copies when you order it, so they don't have any ahead of time. And, it is a shame that Nickelodeon doesn't put out official DVDs of these, but I don't think they're going to. I really don't. I mean, if these sell really well, there may be a point when they do, but I don't think so. The next one I got, this is one I heard a lot about. I watched it. It's okay. It's Ron Jeremy and One-Eyed Monster. Basically, it's about this group of going up to the mountains to make a porn film, and Ron Jeremy, this like alien thing comes from the sky and gets Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy ends up dying, and his Johnson is on the loose, and his Johnson is killing people off on the set, and that's pretty much what it is. So Ron Jeremy's only in it for like 20 minutes at the most. I'd rather have seen him in it a bit more. It's okay. I mean, I don't know. It's shot well. There's some very decent shots in this, but definitely not something to go out and sought after, because I spent like $25 on it. After I did that, I was like, ugh. And this is one show that I bought the first season. It was relatively interesting, and I thought this was going to be interesting. And I don't know, it's something about this is really boring, and it seems like it'd be really cool. It doesn't explore these things the way you'd like. It's called Cities of the Underworld, the complete season 3. He talks about too much crap over this when he's doing this. He basically, it's a show about going to weird places like San Francisco and saying, underneath of here is the war bunkers, and underneath of here was this secret world that no one knows about in the old train stations. And it's interesting, but it's just the way he's talking over it. It's just annoying. It's like, shh, just walk under there and explore it and be quiet. I don't know. It's okay. And Paramount sent a bunch of the new Friday the 13th DVDs and Blu-rays. They got the second film on Blu-ray, which just came out, and I always thought this was pretty good. I didn't like the reused footage in the beginning for the first minute. Something about that always, as a kid, always made me a little sick. I don't know. Something about reused footage, I hate that. Like, I remember they did that in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, which was really a terrible film. But they reused, like, all the footage, and there was only about 20 minutes of real movie. There's something about reusing the footage. It's just a really bad way to make a movie. The next one is Friday the 13th 3D, which is, I actually talked about this, the DVD of this a while back. And about the 3D. The 3D in this is not bad. It works fine. I just cannot watch the red and blue 3D. There's something about the red and blue glasses that I cannot... I don't know. My eyes, like, cross. So, like, it's really bad. I don't know. I get a real headache. Like, the new 3D, like the Pixar and Disney and, like, the digital 3D, the real D 3D, I can watch that fine. It's just something about that old 3D. Like, I remember when I saw the Spy Kids 3D. That, ugh... I had like a headache forever after that. And I also got Friday the 13th, Part 4, 5, and 6, which just came out as well in the special edition deluxe version. My favorite one of these sequels was the final chapter. This had Crispin Glover in it, and he had this outstanding dance scene. And Corey Feldman was in this as well. This was a really good one. This is one of the best of the sequels, I thought. The other one that was interesting was the Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, and this one took place at like a rehab clinic for like disturbed teenagers. And what was funny about this one was I always used to mix this up with the Freddy Krueger one, like the 4th or 5th, the Dream Warriors. There was always something similar about the two, because this one was all in like the, crack house kind of thing, or whatever you would call that, rehabilitation, and the other one was all in this dream house. Very similar movies. It was also similar... The movie that came before that kind of had the same quality, Don't Look in the Basement. If you've seen that, they all could fit together in their own way. And then the other one, Jason Lives, I remember that had a very cool underwater sequence in that. That always stood out. Jason chained up under the water. That's all that stood out to me from that. And then I went to Big Lots, and I don't know what I was thinking with this. I thought this was going to be like people going on trains and like showing their journey and discussing what they do. It's called the Golden Age of Steam. No, I don't know what I thought when I got this thing. It's basically just like if you were like, it's basically almost like a porno film with trains. It's like for people who are train enthusiasts, they're like, ooh, steam engines, ooh. It's basically like it holds on shots of steam engines like going and it's like got porn music in the background, and this guy in the background is going, as you can see, the pistons are moving very fast. That's basically what it is. It's just all these shots of trains. The train is going and leaving the station. It is going on its long journey to the top of the mountain to deliver lumber. And then, I'm not kidding, that's what this was. And then the last one I got was at Big Lots as well, and this one I still have to watch, and it's My Mom's New Boyfriend. It's Meg Ryan, Antonio Banderas, Colin Hanks, Selma Blair film. And I've heard okay things about this, pretty mixed. This came out a while ago. Actually didn't come out very long ago. I didn't get to look at this, so wanted to see it. And for $3, it's much better than $20-some. Well, that was my DVD update for June 25th. And also I'd like to say, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. I'm kind of depressed about the whole thing. Anyway, though, thanks for watching the update. And see you in about 2 or 3 weeks.